Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the greatest day of your life. Yesterday we reached 10 weeks of videos. I originally was going to do 30 videos in 30 days. We've gone 2 weeks beyond that and I'm keeping going. People have asked that I continue to do these videos. Go watch the first video and then watch today's video. It's like night and day. It's awesome. I love it. You can do it too. Anything you want to do in your life, just apply yourself, never quit, keep moving forward. Once you've set your destination, keep moving towards that destination. You will eventually get there. It happens that way for every single person, every single time. Now, we've been talking mostly about this supercomputer, right? And I believe that our minds or supercomputers hold limitless power. I often refer to the fact that the mind is the greatest miracle in the world, right? It's the fastest, most intricately based supercomputer ever known to man. And we have to feed our minds with positive thoughts and ideas to harness the power of the mind, correct? Because doing so shapes our destinies and creates the life that we desire. We've set our list of goals. Those are the things we're moving forward towards. So for instance, if you aspire to be a successful entrepreneur, I bring that up quite often because I personally am a successful entrepreneur. Constantly surround yourself with books, podcasts, mentors, who can guide you on this journey. Your mind is the central power source for achieving whatever success you want. Choose carefully what you think and believe, because it will shape your destiny. Whatever you put into your mind is exactly what you'll get. Whatever you feed this is exactly who you will become. So be very careful. This is a powerful instrument. I've said one time before, Andrew Carnegie said, any idea that is accentuated, that is held in the mind, that is either feared or revered, will immediately begin to clothe itself in the most convenient way possible. And I never have forgotten that. And I recommended a book, As a Man Thinketh. I'm sure you already own this book if you've been following me for the past 10 weeks, and you've probably already read this book. This book teaches you how to manage the gateway of items going in and out of the mind, how you control the flow of information that's shaping the programming in your supercomputer. I bring this up all the time, and we always talk about that. One of the next topics we've discussed a lot is leadership and being a leader, because it's an essential component of your personal development, your success recipe, I guess you could say. Becoming a functional leader, even if you're just leading yourself towards greatness, is very important in your overall development. We've discussed that a lot. Authentic leadership, I believe, is the ability to inspire others to follow a shared vision. I have my home team, my spouse, my children, close friends who all share the same ideals as me. And I share my mission and where I'm going in life with them, and they support me. So to be a leader, you must always lead by example. We talked about being confident, and I did a video just a week ago about how to be more confident and possess unwavering conviction in your beliefs. Now that's very important. And remember, you have a set of morals, a set of ideals that you follow, and when people fall outside of those ideals, what do? We, in the kindest and gentlest way possible, excuse ourselves from that conversation, go take a deep breath, read our goal card over and over again until we've refocused our mind. And then we can move forward with the same convictions and the same ideals that we left the conversation with, and re-engage with either circumstances or people in a new, more level-headed, friendly format, I guess is a nice way to put it. And consider historical figures such as Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. I think a lot of Martin Luther King Jr. as we're coming up on Juneteenth. This coming Monday, we have a national celebration that's in regards to the ending of slavery in America. It's a wonderful holiday. It's now a national holiday, and we celebrate it this coming Monday. Martin Luther King Jr. exhibited traits and inspired changes through his actions. And, he proved that a leader can only attract followers, not demand them. If you go out there with a strong moral conviction, have an ideal that's unwavering, and you feel powerfully strong about it, and you move forward with conviction, you will achieve your goal, and you will get people around you who find that goal to be as important to them in some ways as it is to you. And then you'll become a leader, and you'll carry them forth as you realize your vision and your goals. Okay, so I think that's really, really, really important. Being able to recognize opportunity. I tell you, we live in America. It's the most wonderful country in the world, in that there is opportunity everywhere. This is the wealthiest circumstance ever recognized by any country ever in the history of the world. I drive down the street, my main street. I see places that are available for lease. There's opportunity. I could open a business. There's opportunities for education. There's just opportunity everywhere you look. But you must be willing to see them. Often people are blinded by doubts and fears, which prevent them from seizing the opportunities surrounding them. And we've discussed how to overcome that. We must develop a positive mindset, maintain a keen curiosity of what's around us, and be open to new experiences so we can recognize all the opportunities that are around us, because there are so many. So, if you're hesitant to attend a networking event, say, I never like to go to networking events. It's always been rather difficult for me to meet new people and share my ideas. That's a trait that I've developed over time. I wasn't born a speaker. I wasn't born somebody who could walk into a room of 1,000 people, meet 999 of them, and eventually come out with a business. Those are things that we develop over time. So consider the potential connections you make and how they can help you, and be open and vigilant to see the opportunities as they arise. You may not think a relationship is going to go anywhere. You never know what needs to happen in the world around you, who you need to meet or interact with in order for your goals and dreams to become a reality. So be open to meeting new people, care about their ideas, and listen to their conversations. In fact, I'm going to recommend you use your ears more than you use your mouth when you're working with other people. And I tell you what, it makes a huge difference. It'll change who you are, and it'll change the direction of your life. Okay? Another thing that we talked about was the goose and the golden eggs. I actually did a post. Remember, it was called The Goose and the Golden Eggs. And it emphasized the importance of balance between our business and our personal lives. I used the metaphor of the goose and the eggs to illustrate this concept, right? If we focus solely on the eggs represent material wealth, we may neglect the goose, which is ourselves, resulting in a decline in our overall well-being, right? Investing in our physical and mental and emotional health is crucial to ensure we can continue producing the eggs, which is success, right? We need to make sure we take care of the goose that's laying the golden eggs. In the story, a father asks the son, here he drew a picture of a goose. Below it, he drew a picture of golden eggs. And he asked the son, would you rather have the goose or the eggs? And the son said, I'd rather have the goose that lays the golden eggs, because if I have the goose and I know he lays golden eggs, if I care for him, I'll always have golden eggs, which I can sell and will translate into a successful life for myself monetarily. And the eggs could represent anything other than wealth. Or material wealth. They could represent knowledge as well, right? So, of course, we are the goose. We lay the golden eggs. We're changing our supercomputer and putting the right programming in that computer so that we can lay the eggs we want. I know that sounds funny. Humans don't lay eggs. I know. Ha ha. But you get what I'm saying, the gist of what I'm saying here. We are the goose in that story. We need to make sure that we take care of ourselves, put the right information into our minds, feed our bodies the right nutrition, drink enough water, surround ourselves with the right people and positive conversations and positive messages. And guess what happens? The goose lives a long, happy, healthy life. The goose gets better at laying eggs over time. When you invest in yourself, you're investing in your future. As you get better, your life gets better. So I represent that with that story, and I think it's really important. You get the gist of it. I recommend watching that video because it's a good one, and it represents a fundamental fact. I think many people think, hey, I'm young, I'm going to live another 50 or 60 years, I'm fine, I could do anything to myself, I can go out and drink all night, and I'm fine the next day. And hey, I was that young guy too, and I could do that also. But guess what? It never benefited me. Now that I'm older, everything I have is as a result of doing things that are different than that. Instead of abusing myself, I take care of myself now, and I live a much more happier, healthier life. It works for everybody every single time. Give it a shot. You're going to love it. You know, another thing that we've talked about is rewards for the service we provide. You know, and I believe, as you know, we're rewarded for the value that we bring to others. And the more value we provide, the more successful we become. I always represent this as the better I am to my spouse and my children and to those around me, the more magic comes into my life. And I don't know why it works that way, but it does. The better you are to others and the more value and service you provide to the world, it just attracts goodness and wonderfulness to your life. It'll change everything for you. And we've talked about that quite a bit. And I talk a lot about focusing on serving others to improve our lives, and that it can happen whether through our work, our day-to-day 9 to 5, or relationships, as I mentioned. And, you know, we just want to seek to enrich the lives of those around us. If you open a business that enriches the lives of other people, you'll make money. You'll be successful. I guarantee it 100%. You know, success is a byproduct of service. You know, and as entrepreneurs, we are rewarded for what we create in service to the customer, whether it's in business, product, or services. And that's 100% true in every single time. Open a business that cares for people, that cares for customers, and treats them just treats customers amazingly well, and you, my friend, will have incredible success. It just comes to you magnetically. I don't know why it works that way, but you know what? I don't want to be involved in anything other than that which benefits humanity. In fact, a lot of the work that I do on the side is pro bono. I run projects and programs for organizations that actually help people. So right now I'm helping a hospital in New York to create a new digital infrastructure that allows them to interface with their patients via Android and iOS apps. And the reason that I'm doing that, you know, Doug, you don't have to work. You have plenty of money. You have success. You have businesses. I do that because I care for people. And I don't want to be a part of anything anymore that's just focused on making the almighty dollar. I want to work on things where humans benefit. I want to use the supercomputer that I've developed all these years to do things that benefit others. It gives me a tremendous satisfaction. So every day, from about 5 in the morning Mountain Standard Time till 3 in the afternoon Mountain Standard Time, I don't do anything but focus on helping this hospital to better their circumstance in a way that will allow them to engage with their patients and provide better service to those patients. It is just a wonderful experience. The teams I'm working with are amazing, and the people at that hospital are some of the most caring individuals I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm going to talk more about the teams I'm working with, that hospital I'm providing service to in some coming videos. But it's ultimately satisfying for me to spend the majority of my day in service to humanity. And I enjoy it. And I don't keep a dime of the money. We give the money away to charity as a result that I make from doing these efforts. And I love that too. It's easy just to write a check from your bank account. It's a whole different thing to provide service and value to humanity and then be able to re-gift the rewards of that service to others who are in need of assistance. And that's what I'm all about. So I'm enjoying doing that right now, but I just wanted to bring that up as an example of what it's like to provide service and value. I get tremendous value from that relationship. I get tremendous health from that relationship, not only physically, but mentally. And I believe it's just making me a better person. And so that's something I do. I don't want to go too far down that road. I want to stick on the track here. Hope I didn't lose any of you. And we also have talked about the strangest secret. And Earl Nightingale actually called this the strangest secret. It's 100% the truth. You become what you think about. Let me say that one more time. That is so important. 100% the truth. You become what you think about. Our thoughts have power to shape our reality. We create a successful, fulfilling life by focusing on positive and empowering thoughts. And I've talked to you a lot about the past few weeks about how to develop those positive thoughts, how to stay in positive circumstances. We use the goal card. We read the right information. We monitor the words that come out of our mouth. We monitor the thoughts we have in our head. You know why? Because you're not only listening to the words others speak or things that are going on around you. You listen to the words that come out of this mouth. You listen to the thoughts that are coming out of you, that are being developed in your mind. And you know what? It's no different. If somebody tells you, if somebody walked up to you in an abusive manner and said, "You stink, you're horrible, you're the worst person," do you know your brain doesn't care whether somebody externally said that to you? If you verbally say that to yourself or you think that in your mind, it has exactly the same power to impact you. That's why you say positive things about yourself. "Doug, you're great. Doug, you're amazing. Doug, you're smart." Or you think those things, but you change the narrative. So the moment you find yourself having negative thoughts and you say something to yourself in your head about yourself that's negative, you immediately change the narrative. I'll give you an example. "Oh, Doug, that was a dumb move." "Oh, you know what? No." I change the narrative in my mind. Immediately I say, "You know what, Doug? That was an awesome learning experience. I think you did the best you can. Next time we're going to try to do it a little bit differently, but we're also going to try to do it a lot better." Now, I have totally rewrote the negative programming that I initially thought. I just overwrote that with a positive thought. You need to do that actively all day long. When negativity comes at you, people say, "Well, this has been the worst year for us. With COVID, we've had the worst year." And you say, "Well, you had a bad year," and you say this in your head, not verbally. "You had a bad year, maybe, but I'm having the best year of my life. I'm making changes. I'm becoming a better person. I'm setting goals. I'm doing good things for myself." You change the narrative in your mind because you become exactly what you think about. Okay, you think people who are professional fishermen aren't thinking about fishing most of the time? Or somebody, it's just, the examples can go on and on. I don't want to go too far down this track, but what I do want you to understand and take away from this point is basically what I've said twice already, and I'll say it a third time. You become what you think about. It's funny that positive and empowering thoughts can create a successful and fulfilling life. Negative thoughts can lead to stagnation and failure. Make a conscious effort to fill your mind with constructive, forward-thinking ideas. Our mindset sets our trajectory in life. We often rise or fall to the level of our beliefs of ourselves. And that's 100% the truth. And we also talked about the magic word. And we know what the magic word for success is, right? Hey, attitude. Our attitude determines how we respond to the world. It's crucial to our personal development journey, right? Our positive attitude opens the door to opportunities, attracts people, attracts success. and that's a positive attitude, whereas a negative attitude will close doors and repel progress. Nobody wants to work with somebody who's negative. Well, that's not true. Other negative people love to work with negative people. Positive people like to work with positive people. And sometimes attitude is just the one difference that's needed and in determining whether or not you end up being successful or a failure. It's true, just attitude. Being a positive person attracts people to you. Even negative people don't really dislike positive people. So, we need to make sure that we're constantly cultivating a positive outlook by practicing gratitude. You probably hear that a lot, and gratitude is important. So be thankful for the things you already have in your life. We've talked about that quite a bit. Make sure that you recognize all the goodness you already have in your life. It can be a motivator, and surround yourself with like-minded individuals. I can't stress that enough. Don't listen to other people's drama. I forget that crap. I don't have any time to sit around and listen to people talk to me about how things can't be done. Because you sit around and talk about how things can't be done, guess what happens? It doesn't get done. You sit around and talk with people who are talking about solutions and how things can be done, and guess what happens? You come up with solutions, you get things done, you have success in your life. And it's all about being a leader first, but when you're a leader, you can be a leader with your attitude. Be that fresh face, be that smile in the meeting. Be the person who's upbeat and saying, hey, this sounds like a big problem, but I know together we can work through it. How can we get around this? Try to shape the conversation in a way that allows others to be able to engage positively and inject their ideas. And when somebody injects their idea, see the value in that idea and attempt to carry it forward. Because that's how you lead a group and motivate them into a conversation where you find solutions and you find ways to get things done. It's funny because our internal attitude definitely dictates the external altitude in life that we achieve. And I try to be positive in most all circumstances. I think it really helps to have a good positive attitude. And I know now that we've been working together for the last 10 weeks, you probably are trying to exude positivity and have a positive attitude. And I'm proud of you. I know you can do it. You're amazing. Keep up the good work. Another thing that I think is very important that we've discussed over the last few weeks is maintaining a positive self-image, because how we perceive ourselves heavily influences our behavior and our success. It also influences how we treat others as well. So when you have a negative self-view, you tend to be negative towards other people. But when you stay positive and you recognize how handsome or how beautiful you are, and how amazing and wonderful it is that you're here and that you're doing all these great things in your life, it's going to help you to become more capable of achieving great things. Because we can overcome obstacles and reach our goals when we change the vision of how we view ourselves. So to improve your self-image, we've been practicing self-affirmations, right? I actually created yesterday a mantra and put it out, which reaffirms the actions that I've been taking personally to achieve success. And I used that mantra some time ago, but I may start using it again because I had forgotten how powerful and wonderful it is. I want you to continue to use self-affirmations, telling yourself how wonderful you are, how amazing you are, because I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. I care about you. You should care about yourself. Tell yourself good things. Remember, overwrite the negative programming with positive programming. You're listening to yourself. So if you tell yourself good things, you will just realize that both within yourself from a health standpoint, but also from a physical health standpoint, but also from a mental health standpoint. So say good things to yourself. I never wanted to be the handicapped guy that self-identified with my disability, because if I sat around all day and thought about how handicapped I was and put myself down all day for all the things that I just physically can't do that somebody who can use both arms can do and use both legs correctly, I can't go out and play catch with my children in the best way, the way that I want to. I can't do a lot of things, but you know what? There's a lot of things I can do that other people who can use both arms and both legs can't do. And I focus on the positive, and I remember that I'm great. I want you to do the exact same thing. Don't visualize the things you cannot do or things you feel you don't do well. You know what? Just don't give up. Keep moving forward. And it's hard to think negatively when you have a smile on your face. So smile. Look in the mirror. When you see yourself, say something good to yourself. Give yourself a compliment. Care for your emotional well-being, and your supercomputer will give you gifts back that you will never be able to repay. The success and happiness that will come into your life because you've embraced the belief that you deserve greatness will be priceless. I mean, when you treat yourself well and you rise to a level where you see yourself in a better light, it changes everything. It just does. And I've been that guy that has had those negative beliefs and has embraced negativity. I sat in a wheelchair forever, totally paralyzed on the left side of my body. And I got to tell you, it did me no good to just sit there and say, well, I'm 16 years old. I'm never going to be able to walk again. Well, I'm going to be in this wheelchair for the rest of my life. And it just didn't help me to just sit there and be negative. But somebody worked with me and helped me to understand that I was doing myself an injustice. I still had a lot of opportunity available to me. Life was going to become what I made of it. And I got more positive, and I got more focused on setting goals, telling myself good things, and changing the narrative in my mind. Now I can walk around. I'm not a runner, but I'm a great walker. And I tell you what, I'm happy for everything that I have in my life, because I think in some ways I have more than most. And that makes me proud to know that I've gotten up out of that wheelchair and that life where I thought that I was going to live one way, and I changed things for myself, and I now allow myself to have greater success. You can do the exact same thing. I believe in you, and I know you can do it. Just because something negative happens to us doesn't mean our life is over. And if we don't have challenges, then we'll never see the greatness that we have the ability to become. So stay focused, and let's keep moving forward here. The next one is personal commitment. And we've talked a lot about that and the importance of making personal commitment to our goals. I always say, never quit, right? Because what happens when you quit? When you quit, you determine your destiny 100%. You get nothing when you quit. So you might as well just keep going, work as hard as you can, and keep moving towards your destination. As long as you're moving in the direction of your destination, you can do nothing more than get there. You may not get there as fast as you want to or think you should, but as long as you never quit, you will get there. And we need to commit ourselves to our dreams and our aspirations to make us an unstoppable force of change, right? Unwavering dedication usually propels us forward even in the face of adversity. And that's what I was just mentioning. So remember, we write down our goals. Every morning we get up, we create an actionable plan, and then we remain accountable for our progress, right? We never quit. And that's how we get to our goals, and that's how we live a better life. And I know you're doing that. I know your personal commitment is amazing. You're still here with me after 10 weeks, and we're going to keep moving this train forward. I tell you what. Another thing that I have encouraged you to recognize is that, and I've said this before several times, you're the boss of your own life. You're the boss of you incorporated. And you can dictate the course of your existence and the results you achieve as the boss. You're the director of your life. You're the director of your movie. And remember, you're in control of your destiny, so you need to act like it. You always work for yourself, even if you're somebody else's employee. Because you know what? You're the person that can determine where you go. All you've got to do is put the right things here, the right mindset. Focus on working towards a goal. You can do nothing but get there. And when you start achieving your goals, this amazing life happens. If that's one thing I can just get across to you today, out of all that we've talked about in the last 10 weeks, your life is a direct reflection of the majority of the choices that you have made. Make different choices. If you want to change your life, change your life. If you don't want to be where you're at right now with the way things are going, make changes. Make changes until those changes reflect the place you want to be and the life you want to have. Watch my videos so you learn how to set goals and how to make an appropriate directional change in your life. Set the goal, set the direction, start moving towards that destination, and you can do nothing more to get there. And you know what? When our goals represent our dreams, and when our goals represent the reality that we want to live in, as you start achieving your goals, you'll start realizing that new reality. You'll start realizing your dreams. You'll become more successful. You'll be a better you. The people around you will be better for you being a better you. And it'll be fantastic and wonderful. Friends, I've enjoyed this so much for the last 10 weeks. We're going to keep things moving forward. I'll be back tomorrow with some new topics. Just wanted to do a quick recap here of the things that we've gone over for the last 10 weeks. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, today is going to be the greatest day of your life. I care about you, I believe in you, and I know you can do it.